Hey, what's going on, guys? Saiyan here, back with the 6th part to What If Kami Wears Piccolo. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe. It's free and you can always change your mind later. Also, go follow my Instagram for behind the scenes stuff and early thumbnail releases. Click the link in the description to watch the previous parts if you haven't already. But with that, let's get into the recap. In the last part, the androids and Z fighters faced off. Goku died as the heart virus struck, and Krillin died as well. But the androids also were left heavily wounded. Gohan unlocked Super Saiyan 2 and the androids lost everyone except 21 and 13, who had both unlocked new levels of power. Piccolo risked his life to save everyone, but was able to somehow make it out alive. Barely. He suggested the Room of Spirit and Time again, where Gohan learned to control Super Saiyan 2, and Yamcha revealed he knew fusion. Let's pick up right there. So, Yamcha knows the Metamoran fusion. How? Well, he explains. While he was in the other world, he and Krillin had already believed they were mastering the Kaioken early on, and wanted to learn some pretty cool new techniques that King Kai said were in the other world that they could learn. So, he did let them wander off into heaven and hell, where eventually they ended up meeting a few Metamorans. We've never actually seen the Metamorans, so let's assume that they look like Yardratians from Z and not Super, because it was completely retconned. But, therefore, they teach Yamcha and Krillin the fusion dance. They tried it, and although failing multiple times, eventually did get it, and the power was immense. Krillin and he never got to try it in the fight, because he died. But now that they're in the time chamber, Yamcha decides to teach it to not only Tien, but Gohan as well, just cause why not? It's just a very useful technique to have in case they're in a pinch. Although, Yamcha and Tien are the main focus for this fusion, as the two are the perfect people to do it with each other. Tien messes up a few times, but when they get it and create Tiencha, the power is immense. Tiencha trains with Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and after easily being able to push it to Kaioken times 100, he overpowers Gohan by a significant amount. As the two continue to train, Tiencha does end up beating him. On the outside, Piccolo is worried. He doesn't know what to do. He can't really train since he keeps on having moves to look at every 15 minutes. But he does have the Dragon Balls with him, so maybe they can do something else. He isn't sure, but if it is the only option they have for now, he might just do it. After Yamcha, Tien, and Gohan come out of the time chamber, Piccolo summons Shenron and they wonder what he's doing. Immediately, 21 and 13 know where they are, because they see Shenron, so they fly at their full speed. Piccolo makes the wish, and just as they arrive and launch their blast, suddenly the Lookout and the Z-Fighters disappear. They reappear across the galaxy above Namek. Piccolo had made a wish to teleport them to Namek so they can figure out a plan, and Piccolo could have time to train too. The others aren't very happy with this because they believe they were strong enough to now take them down, but Piccolo doesn't believe so. The Namekians, of course, recognize Piccolo and Tien, and gladly take him into their homes, where they go and meet up with Mori. Mori reads their minds, realizing what happened. Piccolo wants to train on Namek for a little bit, and then use the upgraded Purunga to teleport to the Earth, kill the two androids, and then revive everybody using either Purunga or Shenron. Doesn't really matter to him. So they do this, and Piccolo even learns fusion too, thinking it's a useful technique. Tiencha trains with Piccolo and Gohan, fighting them at the same time. With Kaioken times 100, he is able to fight them together, but clearly he's struggling. This is more of an even fight. This is going well, but Piccolo thinks they aren't getting much stronger. At least he isn't. But that's when Mori tells him about a planet where he can train, and maybe learn some new techniques to help him win. He mentions a planet called Yardrat. Piccolo agrees to go, telling the three to continue training. This might be his best way to get stronger since Piccolo doesn't have any transformations. Mori leads him to a ship, similar to Kami's, and Piccolo then flies to Yardrat. Paibara meets him, and greets him at the same time, reading his mind, same as Mori. Because he clearly should know how to do this, at least I think so. He gives him a new change of clothing, and Piccolo agrees to start training under him, having similar training to what Vegeta did, learning instant transmission. But he doesn't go for Force Spirit Fission. He instead learns the Gigantification and healing. He's attracted to the healing thing, because it just helps him in battles, and he's a guardian so it could be useful. Mori tried to teach him, but it wasn't that great. This is much better. But the Dragon Clan Namekians also have this technique, so it just kind of feels right for him to have it. And he learns the Yardrat Gigantification because he wanted to improve his own version of it, realizing it did help in the fight against 21 and 13. He finishes up his training, and it turned out better than he thought. He thanks Paibara and teleports to Namek, where Tien, Yamcha, and Gohan have gotten stronger but impatient. Gohan has also gotten his age boost at this point, but he looks much more like his future self because of the scar from his fight with 13. Piccolo grabs hold of everyone, also thanks Mori, teleporting to Earth. 21 and 13 immediately sense him, arriving and rushing over there. They all prepare to fight, as Yamcha and Tien both fuse into Tiencha, realizing that they are going to need this. As the two arrive, everybody pieces off into their own fighting stance. Piccolo and Gohan fight 21, while Tiencha slowly takes on 13. Tiencha and 13 fight pretty evenly. At Kaioken times 100, he is trading blows with 13, landing a thunderous punch, which is countered by a stunning kick. Fusion then cuffs his hands together and sends 13 down to the ground, followed by powering up into Kaioken times 200 and using something he calls the volleyball fan, a combination of the volleyball fist and the wolf fang fist. He uses this, and as he's about to land the final blow, they split. The Kaioken catches up to them. Using 100 for such a long time and 200 for short periods, it does wear them out and the fusion time decreases, now labeling them unable to fight 13. He smirks and starts to lay his beat down. While still considerably strong split, they aren't nearly as much of a match at 13 as they were before. Kaioken times 100 does help, but it only lowers the damage they receive. It doesn't do anything else for them. While they get beat down, both Piccolo and Gohan continue to fight cold, with Gohan using Super Saiyan 2 and Piccolo his new techniques alongside the Kaioken. Every now and then he teleports behind 21 and stretches his arms out, then enlarging them, gripping him tightly, which allows Gohan to land a few punches. But 21 is able to break out with his sheer aura and lands a solid blow to Piccolo, but he heals himself. He then takes on Gohan, who is also just enraged at the sight of him. He still believes the death of Goku to be his fault, and Gohan and 21 have a one-on-one for a while, with Gohan nearly closing the gap between their power with the rage boost, and just growing older helped him fight him. Then Piccolo realizes that Gohan has it covered, at least for some time, and goes to help Yamcha and Tien. While getting their ass kicked, Piccolo helping out does help them a lot, but 13 is still able to kill Yamcha, and that comes as a hard hit. When Tien tries to do the dance again, that's when it ends. From afar, Piccolo grows huge, and brings 13 close to his eyes, using Solar Flare times 100 once more. As it worked before, he doesn't see any reason why it wouldn't now, and it does work. He then tells Tien to do it, as they perform the fusion dance, and they turn into Tiencolo? I'm not sure what to call it, so let me know what you think down in the comments. But this fusion is far stronger than the Tiencha one, and it can hold Kaioken times 200 with little effort. It powers up and fights 13, landing a flurry of kicks and punches, followed by a Neo Special Beam Cannon, which finally ends him. One android down, one more to go. 21. The perfect creation is the last hope for the Red Ribbon Army, and while he is able to beat down on Gohan and take him down for now, Tiencolo rushes in at Kaioken times 500, wanting to end this fast, making every punch and kick count, a flurry of repeated punches then kicks, making everything count for all the lives his threat had taken. He follows by using the same technique, the Neo Special Beam Cannon, but mid-fight, they split, and the beam is weakened, which allows 21 to counter it and attack the two, doing heavy damage. But suddenly, he clenches his head, screaming in pain. Piccolo takes his chance to teleport everybody to the lookout, and he heals them all, giving Gohan a Zenkai. But right then, a mysterious person teleports in, saying they need to come with him right away. While confused, after giving his name to Piccolo, he obeys the command immediately. He's the Supreme Kai. Shin teleports them to his world, and on Earth, 21 raises his head as it reveals an M on his chest. Yes, that's right. Babidi and Deborah had arrived to revive Majin Buu, and with 21, they're able to do this. He's a perfect creation. He has an infinite engine. They just suck all of his energy, and they're able to revive Fat Buu. Fat Boo's created, and he does kill Deborah for fun, but he doesn't mess with 21, as Majin 21 is pretty even with him in power. With Babidi commanding both of them, they destroy Earth. On Shin's world, Piccolo dams the world and asks what they're doing here. Shin explains Buu to him and says they needed the help of the Guardian of Earth. Piccolo scoffs, saying so much for a Guardian and he couldn't even protect his own planet. Shin denies this, saying Babidi was his responsibility, and it's his fault that Earth was destroyed, but he explains the Z-Sword to Piccolo and says he is worthy. Piccolo tries to lift it, and using Kaioken, he is able to. But that's where we're leaving things off for right now. So what did you guys think about this part? Did you like that Piccolo fused with Tien and Gohan getting older? How about Majin 21 and Buu being revived? Why did Babidi and Deborah come so early? Leave any thoughts and suggestions down in the comments. I'll make sure to respond. But you need to make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be part of the Super Saiyan Force. It's free and you can always change your mind later. But with that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.